Do you remember Mr.
Damn
Tomasi,
it.
the head of communications? The hiss he was changed into showed up in containment, near the turntable.
I'll take care of it.
That thing's not getting away this time.
I've heard reports about his particular use of language and intonation when repeating the hiss babbling. The biological and behavioral distinctions between different hiss-corrupted individuals is truly fascinating. I wonder if I could categorize the data.
And she's already off on her own thing.
We're not going to do that. God, that makes me mad. I know I hit start recording, but it didn't. It does that every once in a while. It annoys me. Probably because it's switching and things are popping up. Gotta pay better attention. The Foundation is the next DLC that we're doing, or the first DLC. Apparently each one is about 3 hours long. So I already had a long conversation. She's, whatever her name is, I can't remember. Pope is now my head of research. I've given her carte blanche to do whatever she needs to do to solve the problem of the hiss. Because we can't remove the lockdown until the hiss are gone. Even though we shut off the thing when we shut off the projector. So yeah, we gotta do that. So now we're just gonna have all the conversation with Pope and see what goes on from there, and then do this DLC and hopefully have some fun.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were.
We won't ever be like them.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm gonna consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here.
I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
Me.
you. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me.
That's good to know. Thanks, Emily. I found Dylan attacking the Astral Plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the Astral Plane. Maybe their goal was to access the Astral Plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Could survivors be hiding inside?
Welcome back, Director.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for
Whoa.
her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
That's not right. Too many missions.
Good to see you, man. We're gonna need an additional source of munitions. Fast.
I heard Hope was promoted.
The director's just handing out promotions.
I guess you better get in there.
Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. Problem in the Foundation. That was Auti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
Let's get back to the fast travel spot. How do I always get so turned around?
Gotta be methodical. Clean up every last hiss with a
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ati. So that etching is the door. Okay, let's try opening. No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency. Looks like no one's been down here in a while. The crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place... The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting... On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. No one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director of Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Research team. There's something like this. And we find it 1 week after he's buried. She always hated irony.
The foundation. Bottom of the oldest house. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless... she's dead. Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything. This found their way down here, too.
We got fast travel spots.
astral plane is cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the bureau. I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
Marshall? Marshall! You're alive! Wait! It's Jesse! The director!
Whoa. This place is huge.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first. So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests. Let's review. This broken pillar is called the Nail. It was broken by something, and now the Astral Plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the Bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple. Ish.
Yeah.
You with me?
Ish.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find.
Where is the next one? Wow. That must have been another way I could have gone if I'd have picked the other power. So... I go this way? Okay. Oh.
research team had established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar when Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon aluminium coating.
You're not charged.
Entry day plus 51. Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the space station. He claims there are more. I don't see how he's so certain. Talking about frequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted. Adam and
Seems a lot farther than I thought it was going to be. What hit me?
sure she's ready.
I'm here, aren't I? I saved the Bureau once, and I'll do it again.
Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. It's something at the very top. Son of a bitch.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? Looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
terrible at the platforming. We've known that for a while, though, haven't we? Try this again. Though, I wonder. All right. This different. Yes. God damn it. It's really annoying. No. Try this again. Oh, that's where I went. First time. How do you destroy that? That one. Hi, little bitch.
Another etching, like the one I used to get in here.
Lord, that was hectic. Oh, now there's an elevator here? That wasn't there a second ago, was it? Yeah, it was. Let's try the tree again.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
Just doing my job.
First one down. Director Faden's got this covered.
There's no... I'm gonna try to go down this hole. I'm not that brave yet. Only because the checkpoint system in this game is wonky. Really, I'm surprised there's no park here. Let's see here. Increase my. No. Alright, this is where we're going to stop. When we come back, we'll go do the next nail. Oh, Emily's here.
Jesse, hey!
Emily.
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The Astral Plane is
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the Astral Plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the Astral Plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me, have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes. All the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense, and a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Maybe we should take that as a sign.
So access this to save it.
I didn't take you for a quitter, Dr. Summer. There's a reason I packed a black rock. Stated my perspective.
And that's where we're going to stop. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have, please remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Again, I'm sorry I screwed up and missed the beginning conversation with Pope. It was kind of interesting, her talking about what's going on, but you know, I'm an idiot. So yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you guys again for watching. Until next time, love you guys. Y'all are the best. See you soon.